is a brand new life and a brand new story. And as we are singing a new song, and we have a new life unfolding for us as we move step by step into the new paradigm, the new way of life that is now being lived on planet Earth. We are standing on the threshold of a portal in 2015, the portal that will bring us into the realization of how we can best master life in all its aspects as the old is dissolving and is moving away. And we are moving into a new way of life. I see this as a journey of discovery. For the first time, we have that window to really create life in a new way. So we have to now really get clear about our intention. What is it that we want to put into life? What is it that we want to create in our relationships? What is it we want to create in our social structures, in our business lives? What is it that we want to give to the planet at large? For this is really going to challenge us to dissolve the old patterns, to let go of the pain, to let go of the trauma, to speak the unspeakable. You know, when I do my twin flame and soul readings, often, especially with women, a lot of the trauma of the old past lives come to the fore. It is the trauma of that not being able to voice what has been done to them in the past. A lot of us were burnt at the stake. A lot of us were stoned to death. A lot of us had unspeakable things happening to us, which are so deeply buried in our soul memory banks that they have to get to the fore, because we cannot really open ourselves to truly loving anybody, even ourselves, if these things are not dissolved and brought into balance, and all that is healed on multiple levels. This has to do with the opening up of that new consciousness, that consciousness that we are now creating, where we have let go of our old negative patterns and the souls that we had all this done with, and who did it to us. But it wasn't really something they did to us. It was just lessons that we had to learn. Because as long as we are dominated by the mind without the heart, as long as we believe in separation, as long as we believe that we are aliens, or that we do not belong, or that we are separate from the divine, then we cannot function within that whole. So what this is doing is it is reminding us that we are really sons and daughters of God. And we have to start stepping into that and becoming that and moving into that in all and every form. That is why it's so beautifully illustrated in the way that we are now stepping into a new way of relating. It is that inner work that has to be done, that inner releasing, that inner finding of our soul voice again, of speaking the unspeakable, of really voicing what is there inside of us, and not just put it in that emotional baggage that we cart around with us and that's pulling us down, the shame that we had, that beating up that we're inclined to do, that all has to go now. It has to be dissolved so that we can really love with open hearts. And as we love ourselves, we can love another in that same way. And we start appreciating them, and we start getting grateful for the beautiful gift of love. Because love is a gift. It's not something we can demand. It's something that is freely flowing all the time. But when it comes to us, it is a divine gift. And when we can really appreciate that gifting of the other, that gifting of their heart and soul as we become one in whatever way, then we can love that person on a much deeper and more profound level. That is opening up to us new ways of relating, new ways of building relationships that last and that are true love. That's all coming to us in this year. So we are really recreating something massive, something wonderful. And this is the foundation of the new age. It's a foundation for the generations to come. So there's immense responsibility there for each and every one of us to create a new life, that is built on the cosmic laws and on the principles of love. Love with an open heart, unconditional love. And that's the hardest of all, to unconditionally love yourself, because we are inclined to beat ourselves up. And we are inclined to be most negative about ourselves. But when we can start loving ourselves, we can love other people too. And most of all, the people who are closest to us. Because we tend to have most problems with those that we love the most, because they reflect to us all that we have not loved about ourselves. And until we love and accept that, and until we come into peace and equilibrium and into that state of grace, we cannot love with open hearts.